We thank you for this opportunity to begin this gathering with prayer. From the Old Testament book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 12, we find these words. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he chose for his inheritance. We pray now. Gracious God, we acknowledge that you designed human government, and your scriptures teach us to respect the rule of law. We ask today that you would send your blessings to these who seek to serve through leadership and government. Grant them wisdom for the complex issues. Grant them courage for the unpopular and difficult decisions. Give each of them a heart for this work that puts the common good over personal gain. We ask your special blessing on those who gather here, your protection upon their marriages, families, homes, and livelihoods, that each might give generously of their talent, time, and efforts. We pray this for this nation, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Grayson County, and our people, men, women, and children. We ask you to grant, Lord, that those who do not acknowledge you or your Son might not see faith and prayer as something to be offended by or a threat to their freedoms, but that it's a genuine desire on our part for their well-being. So help us make our community and world a better place because of our service. And we humbly ask this now, success in these matters, not for our own glory, but yours. We pray this in the name of the one who taught us that the way to real leadership is through service, and that the way to true honor is through sacrifice. Amen.
Thank you, Lee.
Appreciate it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Darren, second by Ben, all in favor? Any opposed? Next we have to approve payment of bills.
Motion.
Motion by Brian, will be second by Brenda, all in favor? Any opposed? Next we have to approve treasurer's budget transfers as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Neil, second by Jason, all in favor? Any opposed? Next we have to approve the treasurer's monthly settlement.
Motion.
Motion by Darren, second by Brenda, all in favor? Any opposed? Next we have to approve the treasurer's quarterly settlement.
Motion.
Motion by Ben, second by Brenda, all in favor? Any opposed? Next we have to approve treasurer's annual settlement, 7/1/24 to 6/30/25.
Motion.
Motion by Darren,
Second.
second by Brian, all in favor? Any opposed? Next, we need to accept Grayson County Fiscal Court's audit for the year ending in June 30th, 2023.
Motion.
Motion by Ben,
Second.
second by Neil, all in favor? Any opposed? Next, we need to approve the agreement and the resolution with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for the resurfacing of Hickory Flats Road and Eveley Road that was done last year. So we need to just approve that resolution that they can get started working on that project. Motion by Ben, second by Brenda, all in favor? Any opposed? Next, we got approve update Grayson County 911 employee handbook. Linda, you got anything?
It's just some updates on some of the employee parts, not necessarily the policies, just I incorporated a few things in there from the jail, because we use the jail vehicle, so I want to make sure that was put in there.
Okay. Any discussion? Not, need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Neil.
Second.
Second by Darren, all in favor? Any opposed? Next, we need to approve incentive payments.
Motion.
Motion by Darren,
Second.
second by Brian, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we need to approve jailer's payment of bills.
Motion.
Motion by, who was that? Motion by Brian,
Second.
second by Darren, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we need to approve the jailer's budget transfers as presented.
Motion.
Motion by Ben, second by Brenda, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we need to approve the sheriff's monthly settlement.
Motion.
Motion by Darren,
Second.
second by Neil, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we need to approve sheriff's 2025 second quarter budget.
Motion.
Motion by Ben, second by Brenda, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we need the update from the fiscal courts, which we met before the meetings on all the committees, and everything seemed fine. No updates that we have, and now that brings us to other new business, which I need to get approval for the purchase of a 2-acre tract of property beside the new EMS office, which would be to the right of the new EMS office. 2 acres for the cost of $30,000. We've got the deed done, we just need to cut the check.
Make a motion.
Motion by Darren, second by Brian, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, other new business. Norman?
Nope.
Mr. Ferris? Jason?
Never. No, sir.
New business. New business. Jeremy, anything? Y'all got anything? Lindy, you got anything?
We just got, you should be getting the reimbursement for last year's grant.
We did.
Okay. And then there's just the signature starting on the 2 new ones for this year.
And under, I want to go ahead and tell you all this too. The emergency management came to us, and they've got a couple grants that has been given to them through the health department and through Grayson County Healthcare Foundation to outfit that trailer that they received. It's a large pull-behind trailer for a mobile command post, and they basically got it paid for through grants. But the trailer's so big, the truck that they have, it really wouldn't pull it. So they got with Jason, and Jason had a F-250 truck that's in really good shape, really nice truck, and he has basically donated it to them. So I just want to let you all know that
Thank you, Jason.
he done that through the jails.
Appreciate it.
And we appreciate it. Old business. Any old business? Anybody?
No.
Anybody? Nothing. All right, we'll open it up for people to speak here. We'll give you all about 10 minutes. We usually do 10 minutes and 2 minutes per person. And so you can take the whole 10, one person can take the whole 10 minutes, or you can do 2 minutes apiece. So if you want to, whoever's going to speak, just let us know.
Yeah, we're just here for the Senate Bill 63. We just want to see if it's going to be discussed, you know, what your projected outlook is on it, you know, which way you're going to go.
We've talked about it. Some of the magistrates has got with their constituents in their district, and to ask them what they think. And me personally, we've been doing a little research on it, and Jeremy, you can probably back me up on this, but there's a whole lot more to the bill that we really don't know about, and they've been trying. Some counties has already passed it, and I think they was a little they've been a little reluctant after they have, because all the details that's sort of hidden inside of it. And so KCO, which is the Kentucky Association of Counties, is supposed to be having some seminars for counties, for judges and magistrates, to try to learn a little bit more about it, and plus try to get some input from like law enforcement. And Norman might have a thought on it too, but we'll definitely probably address it. But it's not just going to be right out of the gate, because that thing just came up in July,
June 27th.
Okay, yeah, it's like
It's when it
July,
passed.
July the 1st or something is when it actually went into effect. And if we don't do anything, it just stays the way it is. You know, everything stays the same. Or if we vote it down, you know, you can't do it. However, even if it's voted down here, you can still, and Charlotte, correct me if I'm wrong, you can still tag your UTV and you can ride it, say Edmonson County passes it. You can ride it in Edmonson County, but you'd still have to have tags and all that type of stuff on it. And I don't think, just from me talking to people, I don't think everyone quite understands what's gonna have to go into this as far as, I mean, it's gotta be set up just like a car.
Can
So,
I touch base on
yeah,
that too?
yeah.
Also too, on this, like, you're subject to sales tax, like if this is one that you've owned for many years,
And if it's farm exempt, when you buy it, you gotta pay taxes only when you go to license it, correct?
right, it's gonna be yearly property tax, just like a vehicle. Homeowner's insurance does not cover it. It's gonna be basically like coming in to license your vehicle. You're gonna be subject to
And that's
sales
stuff
tax,
that we need to
property
check
tax.
because we're not sure, like the insurance companies, I don't know that you can go get insurance just on it like a vehicle.
You can. I have.
Okay. Yeah, so that's some stuff that, you know, they're gonna try to find out
Yeah.
from different insurance carriers.
Mine's through Progressive, it's full coverage.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
there was an
Is
issue
it
with some of the
expensive?
clerks, they were wanting to accept
$23 a month.
homeowners insurance and you
How,
can't.
what'd you say?
It's 50-something.
Just 23 and then it went to 50 something.
Would you care if I ask you how much like your liability, like you gotta,
It was 1,000 per person, and then, I don't know what the exact coverage was on it, but I can look it up.
See, that's something else that they gotta look at too, is like what's the insurance minimums?
I wanna say it's 50,000 for property and 50,000 for property, or, personal.
I would think that they would have done it, and see, it didn't really spell that out whenever they first sent that to us.
Right,
So we really didn't know.
but
And
could you actually put that in the ordinance, though?
yes, and that's what they're doing. KCO is getting all the stuff that, you know, it's easy to say, we're gonna pass this and just do it and then throw it out there and then you're like, oh, we forgot this.
Yeah.
So, and some of that's not in there, in that bill. And so they're going over everything. And there's some counties that's passed it, but now there's a lot that's doing the same thing. They're just waiting and seeing,
Yeah.
you know, how they've got some attorneys looking into it and making sure, you know, because nobody wants to be held liable for something. And for one, I wouldn't want to pass anything and somebody, you know, a week later, somebody end up getting killed on one, but.
I understand that, you're gonna have the same thing with motorcycles or cars.
Right, right.
Anything, you know, I get it, it's just another form of transportation, and
Right, right. So that it's, I would say we are going to address it, you know, down the road. It'll be this year for sure. And, but we just sort of want to do a little bit more research on it to see if, because I mean, you can ride them from our understanding, and Jeremy's looked at it on every road except a parkway, state highways, everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Includes ATVs too, it's just not UTVs.
Yeah, it's just not UTVs, it's ATVs, it's four-wheelers also, but they've all gotta have, turn signals, rearview mirrors, horns, everything a car's got from our understanding, they've gotta be done. And you have to inspect them beforehand, right?
I just have a windshield.
We've got a couple, we've sent back, and they weren't too happy about it, because they didn't have seat belts, or they didn't have one of the required items on there, so.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of questions, you know, before you just, you know, pass it and it's a free-for-all. Because honestly, if we did pass it, it's probably gonna be a free-for-all.
you'll have a good and a bad out of it.
Yeah,
anyway.
because people's gonna think, well, I can ride my UTV now. And they don't see the fine print that you've gotta have all this stuff,
Right.
that, you know, it needs to be done.
Yeah.
So, and how many people do you think you've had
We've not had anyone actually come in his office to license one yet.
to license?
We've inspected a few.
Just
I
a
don't know the
couple?
exact number, I know but we've turned down a few too, because they just didn't have and that's what I'm saying, I mean, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other if it passes, but I just know that if I was, I guess if I were to have a vote to say, I'd probably vote no, because what's gonna happen is just like you said, and just like you said, when 16-year-old kid sees that, hey, this UTV, ATV thing is passed, it's gonna be, they're all gonna be on the road. It's not, but they know what the law is about the car. I'm sure eventually it'll level off, but it's just gonna be a free-for-all when
They're
it
doing the
comes.
same
And
thing with the
then,
golf carts, correct?
well, yeah, but
It's
you're not on golf carts on a 55-mile-an-hour road either.
Right.
Yeah,
The
golf carts
golf
are
carts are the
3,500.
same, you know, we know that there's golf carts in respective subdivisions that are not registered, not licensed. If we get a call to go out there, which is usually the way it works, because if we actively patrolled every lake area in Nolan and Rough River and stopped every golf cart that we believe might not be registered, we wouldn't have time to do our job.
Right.
So when we get a call, we respond, and then we look to see if they're properly registered or not. And that's the way it would be. That's the way it would be with UTVs. Not only would more ATVs or UTVs be on the road, but we would be getting more calls from people because they didn't know that this had passed, and then 911's gonna be taking calls, and it's gonna tie us up for a while. But and again, that's my only reason. I just know it's gonna make us have to work a lot harder when it comes to enforcing it. So, and we're willing to do that. It's just, like I said, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other, but.
Yeah, the way the golf cart ordinance is now, they have to, the road supervisor, sheriff's office, they go out and inspect the road that somebody, they have so many people on the road that, turns in that they want to do it. And it's basically done for the lake communities, because everybody's got a golf cart down there. And some of them want to ride the UTVs, and, we get it. But the problem with down at the lake communities, they'll turn their 12-year-old kid loose on one. So that's why they do the inspections on the golf carts. They're set up basically the same way, but they can only be on certain roadways. That's it. They can't get them out on the main roads. And do they? Yeah. But if the police see them, they stop and cite them.
Right.
So, but it'd be the same way. But there's a whole lot more questions that we need answered from the state level, because I think they got that. I think they've done that law for like the eastern Kentucky part of the state, because they have such a economic impact with trail riding in the eastern part of the state in the mountains.
Right, and then one of the first counties to pass it was Marshall County in the western Kentucky.
Right.
So-
Right. And then I think Barron County passed it also.
I have heard.
And
Warren? Is it Warren?
no, Warren didn't pass.
No, I didn't figure one was.
No.
No.
Where did the death happen? There was a death. Was it?
Yeah, somebody got killed on one this weekend.
Yeah, he pulled out in front of that car. Wasn't wearing a
I can't remember
seatbelt.
what county it was.
Marshall County.
Was it Marshall
Yeah.
County? And it
Yeah,
was
he wasn't
right,
wearing a seatbelt or anything, they threw him out.
and that was the one they passed it in.
That was the first county to pass it.
Yeah, so, but anyway, there's a lot of questions that gotta be answered, but it's something we'll address, but, we just got a lot of questions, to ask from the state level, to make sure, everything's like it needs to be, because there's a lot of moving parts to it, not just us saying, yeah, ride them.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen overnight.
It's her, the clerk's office, the sheriff's office doing the inspections, there's a lot of moving parts to it, so.
I've had several people that's interested in it that's reached out to me. I think you all have, and,
Yeah.
but we just need, like the judge said, just a little more time to investigate everything out, make sure we get it right if we do it, so.
Yeah.
But I've had several people interested in it.
Y'all got anything else? Nothing?
We're good.
How long do you plan on investigating this? Is there gonna be another meeting set up for this?
Oh, yeah, we'd bring it up at another court meeting, yeah. And like if we could get everything, we have a court meeting a month, the third Thursday of every month. So, and, if you got one of the magistrates that's got your number, he can let you know if we was gonna bring it up or not, that way you could be here
You've got my number, correct?
and see.
I don't know if it's, but, yeah, if it's gonna be on the agenda, I'll get with you.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, and like I said, it might be it might be the next meeting. And then plus, they'd give them a little bit more time to ask people, to see what they thought. And I'm sure, you know, K105 might have a story on it, and then that's gonna be, probably pretty interesting, and Matt, you know, will have something on it to see some of the comments on Facebook and about what, you know, people think, so.
Well, what if you was to reach out to the counties that have passed it and get their insight on it?
Well, that's something that we would probably do also, to see, you know, what they think. Now, some of them, and this is coming from KACO, the Kentucky Association of Counties, that some of them wish they'd done a little bit more research before they passed it. And just simply because of what's happening, you know, it's sort of, like we said, it's sort of organized chaos, I guess. So we just definitely need to have a plan in place if we decide to go that direction.
Can that ordinance be revised?
That's what I was.
Or is
gonna
it
ask.
set in stone once it's made?
That's something else we gotta find out. I'm not for sure. That's why I've asked Jeremy to look into that.
Yeah.
So if we can change it, you know, they passed that through the state legislature.
Right.
And can we add and take away? I don't know that we can.
I think you can add, but you can't take away.
That's the way I'm reading it too, but we have to make sure to see, you know, because it's pretty stringent, I mean, by the way, at the state level is.
Right.
And you could make it even more stringent, but you know, who's gonna do it at that point?
Right.
You know? It wouldn't be even worth doing it, because, I mean, people ride them on the roads now illegally, you know, so, and just take a chance on not getting stopped by the police.
I spoke with Steve Meredith about it, and he wasn't very informative on it either. You know,
Yeah.
he just said to reach out to you all.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. I mean, they passed it, and, you know, and we're like, well, what do we do now?
Right.
You know, so, and nobody's had a lot of information on it, so, like I said, we're just gonna do our due diligence and try to do as much research on it as we can. So, but you can do it right now. You can get tags on your UTV, and if you go to Gatlinburg, to Pigeon Forge, which it's not allowed in Sevier County, I don't think.
You still gotta buy their permit though.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But you can drive it down there and drive it on the road legally.
Yeah.
But, so you can drive it, you know, say if Letcher County passed it in eastern Kentucky, you could drive it, you know, trailer it from here to Letcher County and drive it legally there.
Right.
But I don't know if you have to buy Letcher County's permit.
It's statewide for Kentucky.
Okay,
Once you
see,
get the registration, it's statewide. But
okay,
if you go to Tennessee, down there, you gotta buy their permit.
a Tennessee permit, or actually like,
$75 for like a 5-day pass.
They passed it in Tennessee?
They've been
well,
riding them.
Pigeon Forge,
Oh, yeah.
Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg's got them down there. But I don't think it's county, it's just for the city, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right, anything else, anybody? All right, we got anything else? Nothing? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Motion by Neil, second by Ben, all in favor?
Aye.